Hello and welcome to a Mad Mitch's Trash Laboratory. Speaking of laboratories, we saw a movie where a guy gets taken to a lab and is given superpowers where he doesn't feel any pain and can instantaneously heal, a little bit like Wolverine. And his name was I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was good, you know? It was a lot like in the sense of the Matthew Vaughn films, kind of like his parody version of comic movies, which are like, hey, comic movies are fucking stupid. Fuck comic book movies. It was very self-referential, but I guess that's a Deadpool character. He's known for breaking the fourth wall a lot. And it was certainly humorous to see in this film.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I mean, overall, it was a good, fun movie. It wasn't anything that unique or different from other comic book films. Yeah, it's vulgar. Yeah, it's violent. But, you know, so was Kick-Ass. Outside of that, I had a good time. That was about it.
I never read the comics, so for those who have, I got nothing. I've heard the comics are very self-referencing, but I thought it was too self-referencing as a movie. And I've always thought voiceovers are cheap in the movie. And there was a lot of voiceover and a lot of talking to the camera.
You're probably thinking, this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the suit just turned that other guy into a fucking kebab.
That they used to progress the plot, which I didn't really like.
You didn't like the fact that you felt like they were cheating?
Yeah, like they easily did like, I don't know, a year of his life or something when he was with that chick. And they did it mostly over voiceover in a couple shots that felt cheap. Like, and I get it, I know montages are common, but I didn't really like all the voiceovers and all the talking to the camera.
Hi, I'm Deadpool.
The movie was literally talking to the camera, sex scenes, violence. That was the movie. Talking to the camera, sex, violence.
Yeah, it was that, but that's essentially what the character is, and that's what the fans wanted, and that's what they gave to the fans. And if you're a fan of Deadpool, it's certainly fun to see. And even if you're not a fan of Deadpool, I think it's just an enjoyable movie that you can kill a couple hours with. I mean, certainly it's not something that's like, oh, wow, they're really breaking new ground here. The fun thing about this movie was the superhero is not a superhero. He's an asshole.
Daddy needs to express some rage.
Does Marvel actually have the rights to the Deadpool character cinematically, or was that Fox? I think it was Fox. Marvel can't do X-Men movies because they don't actually have the cinematic rights.
Yeah, I mean, Fox is holding on to that thing for dear life.
But I'll say this about Deadpool. So it wasn't a Marvel movie, as we just established. It's a Marvel character, but done by Fox. It felt very much like Marvel had done it, because all the Marvel movies, all the Marvel superhero movies, whether or not you like the characters, you have to admit they're all really well made. They're all technically well made, this generally very well acted, and the stories are fine. There's no major plot holes.
Yeah.
And the things I didn't like about the movie apparently was the character. And I have to say it was a really well-made movie.
I think that's a good point that you bring at, is that if you don't like the character of Deadpool in general, like if you don't like the fact that he's supposed to be irritating. If you don't like the fact that he's just basically an asshole with zero redeemable values, then why are you going to watch a movie about this guy, and why are you going to care if they capture his girlfriend and he has to go save her and all that?
But when you find out your worst enemy is after your best girl, the time has come to be a fucking superhero.
Yeah, it's very, as you say, maybe overly self-referential, like, oh, haha, a superhero movie does this, but we're going to do this instead. Oh, fuck you.
This is a different kind of superhero story.
But, you know, it's fun to see something a little different that, you know, breaks the fourth wall like that. And yeah, some movies do that, and it can be an easy shortcut, and there are many instances in many films where it is that. But if it's part of a character that's been written from the start like that, I think it's okay, and they get a pass for doing that. You know how this whole movie got started, right?
Deadpool was in like a scene in X3 or something.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Was he? Okay.
As you could tell from the movie, he's known for having a big mouth, talking a lot, being annoying.
This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
They sew his mouth shut.
Okay.
Stryker finally figured out how to shut you up.
You know, so he can't even speak, which is why you saw that action figure in the film and everyone in the audience was laughing. The whole Pulverine reference. and they give him like 2 giant claws like fucking Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
And it was not at all what that character was, to the point where even if you're not a fan, you can go, yeah, I can see how that would piss people off.
About the last time you played Deadpool, was there like an agreement that if you played that less entertaining version that you would get to like do a full Deadpool movie?
Actually,
60 minutes
yes,
or
there
something?
fucking was.
Ryan Reynolds was a huge fan of that franchise, so this was his like kind of middle finger to that movie.
They basically said, well, you can play him or we can hire, someone else.
There's another middle finger reference to the Green Lantern when they're bringing Ryan Reynolds in for surgery and they're saying, we're going to transform you and, this, that, and the other. And he goes, okay, well, if you give me a superhero suit, make sure that it's not green and it's not glowing.
And please don't make the super suit green or animated.
That was a direct reference to him being in the Green Lantern film that he was in. And apparently he didn't get along with the movie's director. I think his name was Martin Campbell. It was kind of fun, maybe a little admirable for Ryan Reynolds to kind of air out some dirty laundry about that, saying, hey, these movies sucked and I know it, and this is, the movie's basically a giant apology letter.
Go get her, Tiger.
Oh, I so pity the dude who pressures her into prom sex.
Deadpool, would you recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun for the most part.
He said he hated it the whole time, but...
I didn't say I hated it. I just said that the parts I didn't like about it. But I think most people, if you're into that kind of thing, would like it.
I recommend Deadpool.